Hello, everybody. Jumping into week 4 of discussion. For this week's reading, we read employee recruitment article, which breaks down the process of recruiting new employees into an organization, whether that be how a company recruits, the breakdown of the advantages and disadvantages. The preparation for recruiting is an important process, I believe, because you must consider a company environment, know what the company wants and is looking for in that person, as well as make time for the process. There are many methods to recruitment and recruiting a potential employee, which have advantages and disadvantages, of course, since there is so many ways that an individual can apply for a job. One that I feel like a lot of people use is word of mouth, which is fast and eliminates the time-consuming search for people, but time-consuming search, and also creates a control for managers to look into a pool. But a disadvantage is there's a limited scope and it might not create qualified applicants. So yeah. Now to question 2. Have you ever experienced false advertisement for a potential job? So last semester of college, I applied for a neurofeedback assistant position, which was an assistant as well as performing neurofeedback, which is a certain conditioning of the brain for higher function. The job description was obvious: filing paperwork, answering phone calls, scheduling, running the neurofeedback protocols for patients, as well as learning more about the field. And at first, for a couple months, I was doing so much work and I felt so good about what I was doing. And as time went by, I stopped having to do work. I would have 2 patients a day and then I'd be stuck in the office literally doing nothing. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. And then it came to a point where I was doing their errands, the doctor's errands. I was picking up their groceries. I was getting them lunch. One time they made me drive their car into the parking lot as if I was valet, which was crazy. And it just wasn't what I was expecting. That was not part of what the job entailed or what they told me it was going to be like. And I never had to do anything like that, so I quit once I could find a better job. And then, why do organizations use unstructured interviews despite their relatively low validity? I think despite the low validity, unstructured interviews allow the interviewer to go in depth on certain topics and learn more about the candidate when it comes to their strength and when it comes to their traits. There is more flexibility for questions, as well as the interviewer asking questions and their interviewee to ask questions. Having a more structured interview takes some of that personality or personal touch out of the interview, and now it just becomes stiff and it becomes a more hostile environment, and you can't get a sense of who the candidate is and whether on a personal level as well as a skill level, if that person is right for the job. So that is it for this week. Until next time.